saw a man proudly admitting to arson in court, and he was so badass about it that he walked free. I did it, he said, loud enough that even the people in the hallway could hear. The entire courtroom went dead silent. The judge raised an eyebrow. The prosecutor actually smiled, like he thought he just won. And then this guy completely flipped the script. This happened a few years ago when I was 22. I was stuck on jury duty for a case that sounded like it was ripped out of a Netflix true crime special. A man, let's call him Daniel, was accused of burning down a local warehouse. It wasn't just any warehouse though. It belonged to a notoriously shady landlord who owned half the town's cheap, crumbling apartment buildings, the kind everyone complains about but nobody can afford to leave. Daniel wasn't some wild-eyed criminal. He was calm, well-dressed, and had this weirdly confident energy, like he already knew the ending of the story. The prosecution laid out their case. Daniel had been seen near the building. He had a history of disputes with the landlord, and there were traces of accelerant in his garage. Everyone in the jury box was nodding along. It looked bad. Then it was his turn to testify, and that's when things got cinematic. He stood up, looked the judge dead in the eye, and said, "Yes, I burned it down. And I'd do it again if it meant protecting people." You could feel everyone inhale at once. The prosecutor's grin got wider until Daniel kept talking. He explained that the warehouse wasn't just a building. It was being used illegally to store old propane tanks and chemicals right next to a children's community center. He reported it dozens of times. The fire department ignored him. The city ignored him. The landlord laughed at him. So, after yet another "no action will be taken" letter, he decided to act. But here's the twist. Daniel had been a firefighter for 15 years. He knew how to set a controlled burn. He called in an anonymous tip minutes before, and because of that, no one was hurt. The building was a total loss, but the dangerous stuff was neutralized. His lawyer then dropped the bomb. The fire marshal's report actually confirmed that the way the fire spread reduced the risk of explosion. The city had quietly started inspecting other warehouses afterward. The jury deliberated for less than an hour. He walked. The judge even said, "You've made your point," with this weird hint of respect in her voice. I'll never forget that moment. He didn't deny it. He owned it, and somehow that's exactly what set him free.